Welcome Wiregrass to tonight's edition of the Napa Trojan to avenge last year's 20-14 loss. We're meeting with the head coaches from both Dale County and Ariton for their big in-county matchup this week. But before we get into that and our special guest, Miss Maury Davenport, we're going to show some highlights of last week's big game between Pike Lib and Morgan. So leading the way for the Pike Lib Patriots was Cody Hollis. He rushed only 8 carries for 126 yards, had 2 touchdowns. He also caught 3 passes for 37 yards. You see a couple big plays here early in the game as the Pike Lib defense and Morgan, they had an extremely low-scoring first half, but a very exciting action, was close the whole way through. Both teams very fired up to start the season. Williams from Morgan Academy, he led them with 77 rushing yards. He also caught 7 passes for 66 yards. Ethan Cargill for the Morgan had 59 yards rushing, and Holt Utsi had a 3-yard touchdown run and 2 rushing touchdowns total to tie the game up in regulation. We're going to see a couple big plays coming up here as the Pike Patriots made a big stop. Right here we're going to see some pressure and a key bat down that preserved the game and sent it into overtime. And then we're going to witness right here on the last play of the game as Cody Hollis cuts up the middle for a big game-winning touchdown to lead the Pike Patriots. So after the game, we were able to catch up with a couple of the players and coach for a few interviews and post-game comments.
Yeah, it was a very exciting start to the year. I could tell we did some things early and had a little few jitters, but Morgan played last week, which was a benefit to them. But they got a good football team, and I felt like we got a good football team. We got some inexperienced guys, and they got some experience tonight. But the thing about it is these guys played really hard tonight, and they never quit. They played hard every play. And like I said, we got kids that don't even ever come off the field. So Morgan's the same way. It was kind of Iron Man. It was about 12 on 12 basically. So, but it was a great night for us. And like I said, we made some mistakes, but we were able to overcome them. And we're looking forward to getting ready for next week. Well, Cody's he's a phenomenal kid. For one. But he, returns, kickoff return, punt return, defense, offense. He does it all. He gives you everything. He's got every play. And, you can't. I wish I had a team. About 50 Cody Hollis is on my team. Even though he's small, he's going to give you everything he's got. Max was a beast. He got hurt the first half, and but he never comes out of the game. He's an emotional leader. He works hard. He's going to give you everything too. Every play he's got, and. He's just he's another one of them great kids that's going to work his tail off to get better and better every week. Well, I guess it is. I thought I heard that tonight too. Well, it's going to be weird for me because that's where I graduated from. So it's a homecoming for me kind of. But, I know Coach Grant's going to have them ready. They're going to be physical. They're going to be a tough physical football team. So, we're going to have to be ready to play for sure. I expect it to be another tough game. Both teams are going to come out and want to win and play hard. And, they got some incentive because, Coach Grant's there, Mr. Baggett's there, and, hopefully our guys are going to come in and want to keep the winning tradition going.
It's a great start to our senior year. It's the best feeling, especially an overtime win. Every year it's been a touchdown game. We came out, we played our hearts out, and we finished. Just finish, man. I just always want to finish. Even if I'm tired, I gotta do it for my team. I saw a crease and I just hit it. Just lowered my shoulder and tried to get in the end zone.
So a big congratulations to Pike Liberal Arts Patriots starting the season off with a great, exciting win. So as we know, we're all super excited to kick off football this week. Our live coverage starts this Friday night, and we're excited about that. So it would take a very big story for us to talk about something other than football this week, but we have something just that big here. We have a special guest, Maury Davenport, with us today. Those of you who aren't familiar with this story, not only is she a senior at Charles Henderson High School that won a leader of the team on the 5A state championship last year, she actually just got back from Mexico City. She had the opportunity to represent our country in the 18 and under FIBA World Championship, which they won in Mexico City, played 6 or 7 games in 9 days in Mexico City. I have here on my desk where she was selected as an All-Star 5, one of the 5 best players in the entire tournament with 7 countries represented, including the United States. And we also have here her gold medal from the 18 and under FIBA Classic. I apologize for that. But she's also very accomplished player in high school. According to ESPN, she's the number 2 position player in her position in the nation, and number 12 overall. And as we know, that's subjective, and a lot of people have you rated higher and think a lot of you. What an amazing 2018 season that you've had. Winning the state championship is a dream come true for many, many athletes across the country. So just to achieve that is an amazing honor in itself. But then as we see the USA colors that you're wearing here and to represent Team USA, can you just tell us how amazing your summer must have been to represent our country in Mexico City?
My summer has been full of lessons, actually.
Yes, ma'am.
Things were hard trying to win that gold medal.
I bet.
That opportunity.
Well, so can you tell us a little bit about how you think those experiences and being able to represent our country can help prepare you for your senior season?
I think it'll make me a better player because now I'm more mentally tough than I was before I went to that tryout.
Okay. Well, that's excellent, and we're extremely excited, all of us here at Wiregrass Sports, to follow you locally. It's truly a privilege to have an athlete of your caliber in our city and in the Wiregrass, and I know all of us here at Wiregrass Sports are excited about your future. And speaking of that future, I know yesterday we released a few names of 5 potential colleges that you may be looking into next year. Obviously, you're highly coveted. Obviously, in no particular order, as you're going to take your time and make that decision that's best for you, would you like to mention the schools that you've narrowed it down to at this time?
I've decided to go with these 5. I've chosen Mississippi State, Rutgers, Florida, Louisville, and Georgia.
Well, those are all, excellent choices, great schools. I'm sure your family would love to have you close to home, but there's no wrong choice on that list, and I'm sure that many other opportunities will present itself. So somebody that's been as accomplished as you are, both on and off the court, to have this success both with your own team and the national team, what types of things motivate you and keep you at the top of your game heading into this season?
I think knowing that me and my teammates have a big target on our back.
Absolutely.
Motivates me a lot.
It will, because nobody will underestimate you guys coming into this season. Obviously, the attention that you've received, obviously well deserved, but a lot of people will want to, I'm sure, test their game against yours, and you'll get everybody's best shot every week, which is, I'm sure, a player of your caliber, looks forward to and appreciates.
Yes, sir.
So, having this opportunity, and we spoke earlier in the week, and I hope you don't take it for granted how special the accomplishments that you've already achieved at a very young age are, and I have to say you're handling it very well, and all the accolades that I've read and the articles are very favorable about you, both on and off the court. What advice would you have for people in a similar situation as you that's taking on these challenges and having these expectations put on your shoulders?
Definitely be humble about the situation and just never stop working hard no matter what anybody else says.
Well, that's very good advice, and we're so blessed to have you on the show. We can't wait to cover Charles Henderson basketball this year. We can't wait to see the direction that you choose in your future career endeavors. You have a tremendous fan support here with Wiregrass Sports, and we cannot wait to see what the future holds for you and your career. We're going to be taking a short break. We have a couple more guests coming on. We look forward to hearing more of her story, and we're going to get the head coach of Dale County and Ariton on after a short commercial break.
Hook's Barbecue, down-home barbecue in a counter-served setting, located on Emma Drive off of Highway 231 in Troy, Alabama.
Thank y'all for having me.
When you want the best for your pet, choose Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort. Our passionate and dedicated staff will make your pet feel as if they were at home. We are a full-service small animal hospital covering all areas of veterinary medicine. Dr. Steve Barrett makes sure that all clients are well-informed and satisfied with services. We are equipped with an indoor boarding facility, surgery suite, laboratory, digital x-ray, and ultrasound. Choose the best care possible for the ones you love dearest with Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort.
Total Lawn Care Plus is your one-stop shop for lawn care, landscape, pressure washing, handyman work, and more. Licensed and insured with over 7 years commercial experience. Dozens of satisfied customers in Pike and 4 surrounding counties.
Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
Know-how, Napa know-how.
Hey, and welcome back to the Trojan Auto Parts preview show. We've got our second special guest of the night. We're here with Coach Moore, the head coach of the Dale County Warriors. We're very happy to have him on our show tonight. We're very excited to be covering this historic matchup against a ranked Dale County team in 4A versus a ranked Ariton team in 2A. But even though these teams, from my understanding, are only 15-20 minutes apart, this is the first time in history that these two teams have played one another. So I'm sure the locals are very excited to see this matchup. Coach, obviously this is a fun time of year for you guys. You've had a spring, long summer workouts, conditioning, and fall camp. How can you tell us a little bit about how fall camp's going and how your team's coming into shape?
We're getting better every day. We're trying. It's a struggle with kids sometimes. You know, it's hot and they got that mental thing going on with it. And,
that's right.
You just try to catch them and try to motivate them as best you can to put that out your mind. You got a job to do, and let's get after it. And we've had good days, we've had bad. Right now, me and Coach Kilcrease were just talking, we've been battling the rain down that way. So,
yes,
you know, it's been a struggle with that, trying to move practices around and, you know, getting off schedule a little bit. But, doing the best we can right now. So.
Well, we're excited to hear about that. Obviously, this is your first year as head coach at
Yes,
Dale
sir.
County. I understand you've been a defensive coordinator there for quite a few years.
Yes, sir.
If you'd like to tell some of the fans and some of the Wiregrass a little bit about yourself and some of your experiences, we'd love to hear that.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm originally from Monroe County. I went to high school in Frisco City. Rodney Dollar was my head football coach.
Very familiar name.
Yes, sir. I figured most people would know that.
Yes, sir.
I played football and baseball there for 5 years, both of them, and moved to Troy, graduated, married a hometown girl from here.
Very good.
And that's why I'm still living here.
Well, we're happy to have you coaching in the Wiregrass,
Yes,
and
sir.
we know that you're playing a pivotal role in the future of these young men's lives, and you're doing more than just coaching X's and O's on Friday.
Yes, sir.
Back to Dale County, your familiarity with the program hopefully made a smooth transition. Obviously, you knew a lot of these kids. You knew some of your strengths and weaknesses,
right.
and what you had to replace. What can the fans this year expect out of a Coach Moore-led Warrior team?
We're going to be disciplined. Definitely discipline. Discipline was one of the biggest things that we wanted to implement whenever I took over. I've been running the weight room program over there for the last 6 years, so the guys kind of already knew how structured I was and
right.
Those things like that. We're gonna be a little bit more faster on offense. We want to get up to the ball, but we're also going to be able to slow it down because I'm a defensive guy.
Right. So protect those guys when you need to give
yes,
them a little breather.
That's our motto. That's our MO. That's what we're going to be this year.
Well, that's good to hear, and we're very excited. For those that may be tuning in late, we're covering the game this Friday night. We're going to have the Dale County Warriors hosting, or actually playing at the Ariton Purple Cats. Coach is very excited, and we're again, two highly ranked teams ready to measure where they're at start of the season. Obviously, there'll be plenty of time to to adjust from here.
Yes, sir.
We want to make sure that your fans are aware that they can not only see this game, but that we'll have Dale County coverage throughout the season on Wiregrass Sports. And is there anything that you would like for your fans to know, or any message that you would that you'd like to put out to your supporters to help your team?
I just would encourage everyone to come out. I think it's going to be a great atmosphere. It's going to be. That's what I've been telling our guys. That's the first time schools have ever played each other.
That's correct.
Both top 10 ranked.
Yes.
In preseason, you can't get a better matchup week one.
We agree.
I think it's going to be electrifying as the atmosphere, and I think if you want to see an old school smash mouth football game, I think you might want to come to Ariton on Friday night.
Well, we'll be having the game live on Wiregrass Sports at 7 o'clock. Thank you, Coach Moore. We really appreciate your time. We understand how busy you are this time of year. We look forward to seeing you again in the future as we have more of your team's coverage. But we encourage you to continue to have your fans follow us, and we look forward to hearing all about the Dale County team all season long.
Yes, sir.
We're going to take another real quick short break. We would like to thank Hook's Barbecue as well as Napa Trojan Auto Parts for today's preview show. And after this short break, we'll be with Ariton's coach, Kilcrease. Thank you.
Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
Know-how, Napa know-how.
Hook's Barbecue, down-home barbecue in a counter-served setting, located on Emma Drive off of Highway 231 in Troy, Alabama.
When you want the best for your pet, choose Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort. Our passionate and dedicated staff will make your pet feel as if they were at home. We are a full-service small animal hospital covering all areas of veterinary medicine. Dr. Steve Barron makes sure that all clients are well-informed and satisfied with services. We are equipped with an indoor boarding facility, surgery suite, laboratory, digital X-ray, and ultrasound. Choose the best care possible for the ones you love dearest with Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort.
Total Lawn Care Plus is your one-stop shop for lawn care, landscape, pressure washing, handyman work, and more. Licensed and insured with over 7 years commercial experience. Dozens of satisfied customers in Pike and 4 surrounding counties.
Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
Know-how, Napa know-how.
Welcome back to the Trojan Auto Parts Tuesday preview show. We've got our last guest. We've got Coach Kilcrease from Ariton High School joining us. We're very pleased to have him on the show tonight and looking forward to covering their team a couple big games this year. And none bigger than this Friday night, as Coach Moore just alluded to. This is a historic matchup between Ariton and Dale County. These schools are very close apart, but to different circumstances over the years. This will be the first time in history that these two teams have ever played against one another. Ariton number 4 in 2A. In the preseason poll, and Dale County is number 10 in 4A in the preseason poll. So both teams, high expectations, trending in the right direction and looking for big things this season. Coach Kilcrease, if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself, about your background, and we'd be happy to hear that.
Well, I grew up in the Pike County area. I attended Pike Liberal Arts and graduated in 1994. Okay. And went to Troy, graduated Troy, and got into coaching. Now I was in school, I was able to help my high school coach, Coach Dwight Ward, out at Pike Lib, and sort of got me into the football. And I tell my wife all the time it's his fault. He goes to church with us, and but I've been several places throughout. I ended up, my first head job was at my alma mater, Pike Lib, and in 2007 through 2012, and then I made one more stop, and I got out of the coaching for a few years. Actually, I purchased a poultry farm in northeast Coffee County, and it's real close to Ariton. Okay. And did that and I still do it, by the way, but I did that for 3 years, and I got a call from the principal, Mr. Herring, at the time. He was the football coach, and we talked about the football, and it's just the perfect situation for me. It's within 7 or 8 miles from my house, my farm, if something were to go wrong. And so I'm able to go in. I do my chicken houses full time in the morning, and then I go in, after lunch and with the football team and help a little bit with girls basketball.
Well, I can't tell you what the wife thinks about it, and maybe she's still blaming your previous coach, but I can tell you that the news that I've heard about the program from maybe just 4 years ago with a couple win season and really struggling the direction that you've got the program headed in, I'm sure that principal is glad that he made that call, even if your wife's not, to get Ariton going. And tell us a little bit what the preseason number 4 ranking means, both to the, how did that help with the energy in fall practice, and how does that have the fans looking forward to this season?
Well, with the success that we had last year, it sort of just carried on. We've got a lot of guys coming back from that team, and we lost some good ones. We lost some really good players that are going to be hard to replace, not just on the field, but in the locker room as well. Some good leaders, and but we've got a lot of guys back that we're excited about, and some key spots on the field. And ranking, honestly hasn't been discussed at all in our locker room or on the field. So, those are good for the fans, I guess.
Absolutely, that's good for us to talk about.
It means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things. We're worried about Dale County and Dale County only, and then we've got some other ones down the road, and we get into region. But it's exciting. It's exciting for our town. To play a team the caliber of Dale County, we're excited about getting on the field and having an opportunity to play a team of that caliber, our 4A football team. That was one thing we said last year when we got to the scheduling, is we really wanted to strengthen our schedule, our out-of-region schedule. And
you've definitely done that.
I
with
did.
A top 10 4A opponent week 1.
My principal the other day, I may have lost my mind, and he said, "Well, I told you, Coach." But no, we're excited about it. It's a good measuring stick. See where we're at going into Goshen week next week, and then into the region. So it can't do anything but help us. And we feel like it's going to be a good football game.
Well, we're very excited ourselves. We're blessed to be covering the game. Again, it'll be live here on Wiregrass Sports at 7 o'clock Friday night. You mentioned some of the players you lost and some of the guys in the locker room this year. Running back had to be one of the key contributors that you're speaking of in terms of production last year that you lost. How do you plan to fill that? And if any players to watch that you might want to mention for us to keep our eye on, not only this week but this season, any of those guys that you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, I've got quite a few. Kate McCray is who you were alluding to, our leading rusher last year, and is a kid that really only started for half the season. And but we don't have a Kate McCray. He has breakaway speed, but we've got some guys that we feel like we can do it. Jackson Blair will start at running back for us. Very physical runner, got great hands, and he's got good speed. So he's new to the program, and we're excited about him. We've got a returning quarterback, our starter back, Maddox Herring, has had a great spring, great summer, great preseason, and we feel like he's made some huge strides. And then we've got, I think, 3 really good guys outside, and Bryce Peavy, Troy, and Daniel Hicks are twins out there. But when it's all said and done, to us and to me, it starts up front. And we've got 3 returners back. Matthew Spencer, who was a first-team All-State player. Hayes McDaniel, another really good lineman. Probably was playing better than any of them at the end of the year last year. And our returning center, Ethan Clark. And to go along with that, we've got 5 really good sophomores that we're expecting, obviously, to be able to play and to hopefully have 8 deep across the front. Chase Hughes, Kendall Sullivan, Noah Phillips, Jacob Berrigan, Jackson Baker. All 5 of those guys we anticipate playing. And we've got some other guys. And defensively, some of those same guys, we feel we've got, a lot of our guys play both ways. Matthew Spencer up front, Hayes McDaniel played. We've got Blake Carroll, returning starter at Mike linebacker for us. Bryson Peavy, again, Troy Hicks, Daniel Hicks, And another kid that we're expecting, he's probably 140 pounds soaking wet. Got a chance probably he'll probably start on defense, and that's Landon Thrash, and he will play on offense. He's a 10th grader, just a hard-nosed kid, does anything you ask, and we've got several like that that got to play him. And we've had Keanu Wiggins that stepped up and had a good off season for us, and we're expecting him to help tremendously at the jack position on defense.
Well, Coach, we spoke earlier this week, and I've appreciated all your time. I know how busy you are this time of year and all the commitments that you've got to your own program, first and foremost, the wife and everything. With a game of this magnitude, 2 ranked teams so close together, we're expecting a really big crowd, which is an exciting thing. But you mentioned to me that you'd like to share with the people watching and some of the fans and even the Dale County fans who may not be as familiar with parking, et cetera, of some. The good news is we're doing renovations, a new gymnasium.
Yes, we're building a new gym. The downside of that is it took our practice field plus a good portion of our parking. So the only advice I have is get there early. In all seriousness, if we have anybody handicapped, please call the school. We can, we've got shuttle, golf carts that we can get people down. Don't hesitate to do that. I know our principal, Mr. Josh Heron, will be at the pass gate. If you have any trouble with that, please see him. But yeah, I mean, parking is going to be an issue this year. It'll be better next year, but don't want that to keep people from there. We're expecting a big crowd both sides, and I know the county is excited.
Well, we're excited to have that as well. It's got to be great for the kids and for yourself. It's a great measuring stick for your program. It's definitely a step in the right direction that you're saying as your goals change year over year as you continue to build off of each team's success. And we couldn't be happier here to be covering this game this week. And the fans at home, if you will, heed that advice. Try to get to the game a little bit earlier. Anybody with any special needs, the school is willing and able to help you guys accommodate whatever needs you may have to get to the game and enjoy this great high school event. We'd like to thank Coach Kilcrease again, thank Coach Moore for Dale County, and Maury Davenport all for joining the show tonight. We can't wait to join us live, 7 o'clock. We may be even on earlier than that. We'll put on our website about a preview show. But thanks again for tuning in tonight. That's the Trojan Auto Parts preview show. I'd like to thank another one of our sponsors, Hook's Barbecue, and look forward to seeing you guys live 7 o'clock Friday night from Ariton.